Hi, welcome. I'm Mark Anderson, and I'm here to talk about the syllabus for the Literacy Assessment and Development class with the residency program. I'm a teacher at Wilson Prep. I teach English to 10th and 12th graders. I'm a 12th grade lead there as well, and I've been at Aspire for about 8 years, and I have been teaching for 12 years. I'm going to go over some of the key assignments that you'll be responsible for in this class that are designed to help you make the most of your time in your mentor classroom and make the most of the theory that's presented about literacy development. So first of all, the assignments, many of the readings come from this textbook, Teaching Reading, by Graves, and also the key author there is Graves, who's an expert in particularly vocabulary acquisition, and so there's a lot of great stuff on early literacy development here, but also a lot of great stuff on what you would do in your content area to help your students really acquire the conceptual knowledge for your content through reading. And chapter by chapter, each week you're responsible for 1 or 2 chapters in this book. And that'll be the source of a lot of our discussions, and other assignments are kind of aligned with the reading you'll do in this book. One other book that you'll be working with.
As you can assume, I'm Rebecca Anderson, and you've probably read what we've been writing, but I have been working at Aspire for 4 years as a reading specialist, and so this is a really good assessment book, Basic Reading Inventory by Jerry Johns. And we're actually switching assessment books this year, and I like some of the assessments because it does a really great job of breaking down different comprehension skills. So I think this will really be useful to everybody. It also has some assessments for early literacy, which will be great for the K1 teachers, and has other word assessments, etc. So I just want to let you know that this is the 10th edition. And it is fine if you have the 10th edition or the 11th edition, but any other editions won't have the same content. So can you please get the 10th or 11th? And then there should be a CD in the back, and you'll need this for some of the assignments with the videos. And there's also another book that looks like this that comes with it, and this is a student version with the readings and everything for this format for the students. So you're more than welcome to share this with somebody at your site, but I think it's going to be too tricky if like 7 people are sharing a book. But if you have like 2 or 3 people sharing one set of these, that should be fine. So anyways, this is the Jerry Johns assessment book that we'll be using.
Okay. So one of the ways that we're going to process all of these readings as a class and kind of as a learning community, even though it's an online community, is through being responsible for presenting information from the readings to each other. And one format where we'll do that is through weekly PowerPoint presentations. You've already seen the sign up form. I want to put a plug in. Contessa, thanks for already signing up for next week's presentations. We still do need 2 more students to sign up for next week's. And basically here's the idea of the assignment. Each week we have readings in the Graves textbook, but we also have differentiated the readings so that there's some that really apply well to content area teachers at middle school and high school, and some that apply more to early elementary readers. We wanted to give you guys that variety of reading, but we also wanted to allow you an opportunity to become an expert on a particular reading and help to break down that reading to the rest of your group. So every week we will have 3 to 4 PowerPoint presentations from students. We found last year's class that this really did help make a lot of the information digestible, and when you have the opportunity to create a PowerPoint about your topic, you get to know it better. So just a quick note about that. Please do sign up as soon as possible so we know who's doing what when. And then secondly, most of our assignments for this class are due Sunday at 9 o'clock at the end of the week, but for the PowerPoint presentation, since your PowerPoint presentation is going to be the subject of discussion for that week, you have to do your reading a little bit early that week and submit your PowerPoint presentation by Tuesday at 9 o'clock of the week that you sign up for. So that's
the lead discussion too.
And then once you post your PowerPoint presentation to the Sakai discussion forum, you are going to add one prompt and lead the discussion for that week. And so you'll be more involved than normal, giving feedback and to people's comments on the discussion board and providing, I guess, like a little extra insight from being the expert for that group. Okay, that leads us next to the other type of format where we'll be interacting around the text, and those are the Sakai discussion forums. And so you should have already been able to click on forums and find the way that we've arranged those discussions. There is going to be 5 prompts since we have 34 students in the class. There's going to be 5 different prompts. You're going to choose one to join for that week, and you're going to be responsible for checking in multiple times throughout the week. The idea with that is we really want to simulate what a class discussion is like. Even though we're not meeting with each other in person, we want you to be able to respond to each other. So please check in multiple times, be able to read what's gone on in the discussion so far, and respond to your classmates and their idea. And last thing, in order to maintain that discussion, we want to cap each discussion forum at 8 people. So if you see that 8 people have already started responding to a prompt, please choose another one just to keep the amount of reading in that discussion manageable. The next thing we're going to have you guys do are learning logs, and learning logs are, I think we have 8 of those learning logs throughout the semester. That's a chance for you to write a reflection in which you take the ideas that you're reading in the articles we've assigned and explain how do you see that playing out in your actual practice in your mentor-teacher's classroom. The idea here is that you can see how practice and theory go together. All right, the final project that I will explain is your lesson plan project, which you can start thinking about, but the lesson plan project's not due till the end of the semester, and it's a project that asks you to think about who are your students in your classroom, what are their literacy needs. You're going to design a lesson and give a rationale. Why is this the right literacy lesson for your students in terms of their literacy background? And then finally be able to share some of the student work or videotape your lesson and do a reflection on how that lesson went. Okay, Rebecca, you want to talk about some of the action assignments?
Yeah, so another type of assignment that you'll be doing is an action assignment, and these assignments are dispersed throughout the semester, and this is when you're actually going to be engaging with the classroom. There's not going to be a lot that your mentor teacher has to put forth for this, but you may have to ask to copy a lesson plan. This week you're going to be taking pictures of a school inventory of different literacy practices that you see on site. So make sure you plan ahead for those, and they're hard to do at the last minute. Also, for your grade level groups online in Sakai, we put you into different groups under forums, and these grade level groups are intended for you to talk about the assessments that you'll be doing and also different assignments that you'll be doing in a more casual kind of way. And you'll also, in those grade level groups, we'll have 4 different Google Plus Hangout sessions, which is like this, like a live video chat, so that you can get to know each other and talk about some of the things that you're seeing in your classrooms for best practices. We really want you to not just learn from people in your group, in your area, but also see what other Aspire teachers are doing across California. And also the main forum, Mark touched on that a little bit, but that will be another place that you respond every week, and you need to choose one prompt to respond to. Finally, the case study is the other assignment that you will be, the other main assignment that will be cumulative, and you'll be doing different parts throughout the semester, and it's going to be due at the end of the semester. And you'll be using this book to and some other assessments that you'll find online in resources to do a case study assessment on one student. So you're going to pick a struggling student in your mentor teacher's classroom, and even if you're teaching math, you're going to pick a struggling student, and that student needs to be struggling with reading. You're going to be assessing them to be able to formulate a plan of instruction for them, either for you to follow through on, which I know a lot of the teachers, residents last year did, or for the mentor teacher just to get more information about that student. So there's going to be coming in the next couple days a complete breakdown of what when you have to do each part of this assignment, and the final project will be due at the end of October. And then there was one more thing that I'm missing. Anyways, if I think of it, I will add another part of the video. But I think that's all we have for you now. Please, there's also a place in Sakai where you can, in discussion forums, where you can post questions. You're welcome to email us. We always love to hear from you. But we would like for you to use that discussion forum just so that other people can see the questions that everybody has, so we can learn from each other, so that there's not a lot of redundancies. So there's a lot more of you this year. We had 19 last year and 34 this year, so it may take a little getting used to, but we really look forward to the semester with you. All right, so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Good luck.
All right, goodbye.